That's your responsibility now, big boy.
Make sure those are in by 9 o'clock sharp tomorrow. With all the downsizing that's been going on around here, we wouldn't want to have to tell Berenson you've been slacking now, would we?
Yeah. Okay, no problem. Hey.
Here you go. Saying no is what he should have done, but he didn't.
That's right.
We're talking, we're here with Lou with Attainment Life Coaching, and we're talking about how to say no, how to mean it, and how to feel okay about it. Now, saying no is a couple ways. There's one in your personal life and one in your business life, and it's okay to say no in both.
Absolutely. Different yet the same.
Yeah.
For professional, it might be a manager's telling an employee to maybe work a shift or a day that they're not obligated or scheduled to. And for them to be able to say, I'm not scheduled to do this. I have other plans. I can't do it. To stand up, be assertive, and say no.
But I think most people then would feel maybe their job is in jeopardy, or they're not doing the right thing, or they're not a team player.
Absolutely. So to make that distinction is key, to be able to tell the employer to stand up and let them know, I can't do this. I'm not scheduled to do this. I cannot do this. And the employer's going to have to understand that if they're not scheduled to work that day, they can't make them do that.
You know, and I think there's a difference to discover whether this happens all the time or if it's a once in a lifetime, opportunity where they're asking you to do this.
Sure, sure.
Because you can tell when somebody's taking advantage of you, or at least you hope you can.
That's right, and that's where the personal comes in, is because most of the time we all have this with family and friends, people close to us that we always say yes to them, and they might kind of take advantage of that. And I can say from my experience that I coach and advise family and friends, a lot of them, of course, besides my clients, and if it doesn't work for me to help them at that time, then I let them know that I can do it when I get a chance.
So what are some tips and some hints on how to say no?
Well, for example, saying no is not an act of selfishness. Many people think that you're selfish if you say no or things like that. There's something we always call, too, in teaching is kind of take the power back, so to speak, which means if you're in a conversation with a family member or a boss, anybody, and it might feel one-sided to where they say, hey, they expect you to say yes, you can kind of let them know, I'll get back to you tomorrow. Just kind of get out of the situation, give you a day or so to maybe think about it and come back and be able to say.
Let me give you an example.
Sure.
Say my wife goes, Casey, that's my name. Yeah. Hey, I would like to fix your hair.
After all the color.
Should I have said no?
You know what? You should have just ran.
But saying no isn't a bad thing, and I think that's what most people feel.
Absolutely. Like I said, especially in the professional and the personal level, because they just feel sometimes that they might say yes all of the time, so they have to say it all the time. But there's times where you can say no and be okay with that.
Is saying no like working out? Does it get easier the more you do it?
It does. It does, especially if you're Italian, right? So it does. Again, it's that catch-22 as you go along, but you start to get a lot more comfortable the more it's applicable and you say, hey, I can't do this for the right reasons. And again, letting people know that you're saying no, not to hurt them or be rude, but you just can't do it. It's not convenient for you.
Now, as a life coach, these are kind of subjects you can help people tackle and get through in their day-to-day life. What other things can people call you for?
Oh, many, from time management, from career to the small business side to just the relationships, anything in the realm of kind of the day-to-day life issues.
And what's the best way to get a hold of you?
attainmentlife.com. And or you can call us 801-412-2607.
All right, Lou, hey, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks,
I appreciate it. Go ahead and ask me a question. No. All right, hey, we're going to send it to Kelly. She's up in there in the lobby, and she's hanging out with Argosy University.